Hi, I just want to start by saying thank you so much for being a participant in my course and in this research project. So thank you very much. This is the first of two quick videos. I'm just going to walk you through both courses. They have the same curriculum. The first one is a standard course, and the second one is a course using collaboration software built into the course. So the first course is built on Course Sites, which is essentially Blackboard, which is an LMS, the most widely used learning management system among universities nationwide. So I built this course in Blackboard to show how most courses would be built. So as a student, of course, you'd go to week one, and like most LMS programs, you have a module that contains some sort of lecture, perhaps an assignment, and then a discussion board. So for this one, Module 1 asks you to watch the lecture video below and then proceed to the discussion. So students would come here, they would be able to watch the lecture, and now if they had questions about the lecture, they would then have to go to the discussion board and post questions or shoot the teacher an email. If he had questions about what he was saying, or just a simple question about the curriculum, that's what you would have to do. Now, to complete the assignment, it would be a discussion. So for this, it says after viewing the lecture, complete discussion number 1, and those instructions are here. So a student could click discussion board, and they would look, and here it says view the photos below and start a discussion with the following for each photo. Discuss the type of photo and the reason for that decision. So the student would look at these photos, and then they would go here and create a discussion. So this student, a student to boss, has already created a discussion. So he would come in, create a thread, and he would simply, come in here and type in what he thinks. Photo 1 is photo journalism because, etc. Photo 2 is, etc. He would then submit this, and that thread would then be here in the discussion board and live in this separate area here. Now a student would also be able to come to the course documents and watch and go through just the slideshow without the lecture, so that way they can have the freedom to come and look at the notes and do whatever they would need to do to study. Now, as a teacher of this course, you would then interact with the students by logging in using your teaching credentials as a teacher, and you would then go to the discussion, and you would notice that there is an unread post. The teacher could come into here and reply to this post. That is correct because, etc. So, that's how that would work. The first post, student to boss, had an idea of what it was for each photo, and teacher to boss then came in and wrote them a response. And you can see that there's there are two threads. So you have that because the answers, etc. So that is kind of how that would work. Week 2 would be a bit more complicated. Week 2 has a lot of information in the lecture about how composition works, rule of thirds, and when you go through the course, you'll see it's a lot of information. So when a student has a question, they'd have to go to the discussion board, post a question. Now the discussion board for Module 2 or Week 2, similar prompt. For the photos, created a thread discussing what the story is and what composition techniques were used for each photo. So once again, a student would look at each photo and then create a discussion about it, and then a teacher would come in and respond to him. If students wanted to respond to each of those, that would work too. A lot of times on these online courses, your prompt is usually something like, please post your answer and post on 2 other people's or reply to 2 or 3 other students' discussion threads. So you'd have a discussion going amongst each other. That is how a typical LMS works, and that is how Course 1 works. You have the homepage, week 1 and week 2, a discussion board for each week, and then course documents. In this course, I've also included some links for photography help, images that explain things, and such. So that is course 1. If you would please stick with me and watch the second video, which goes through how course 2 works. Thank you very much.